You are live. Oh, I better get ready to mute my volume over here.
Well, what is it you gonna be talking about?
Just stuff going on this week, and
Well, what is it you gonna? Is that me? No.
no, that was me. I got it. I was waiting for it to pop up and clicked it. That was actually pretty fast. That less than 20 seconds. Usually it's like 40 seconds before it pops up.
Well, you doing something good, but keep it up.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do something like at the end of the week, go over what videos I did, because a lot of times I'll do a video,
Yeah.
and it doesn't quite go off right. I don't know if I don't explain something right, or people take it the wrong way, or whatnot. And it just gives me time to explain it a little bit better. First of all, thank you, Greg, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. And Nate, sorry to hear about your internet issues, but I really think it has to do with the sun right now, because the sun is like majorly tripping out.
Well,
hey, we got a Charles in here
already.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going
on from Massachusetts. Yeah, and I don't know how many people are going to show up or not, but I don't know if this is a good time, or maybe I'll do it Saturdays or something like that, like an end of the week type of a deal. Nothing too serious. Maybe go over the news and stuff for the week, that kind of thing. Like the J6 2020 thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need witch hunt.
Yeah, that I take it they're over with, but they're wanting to do more of them.
Yeah, they are.
Why is there nothing done about Biden and his son?
Well, there's a couple of things there. Number one is they are concentrating on 45 real hard.
Oh yeah, but
if they can pin something on him and get him, I think I may be wrong, as a felon, then he cannot run for president no more. That's what they are hoping on.
Yeah, but we're supposed to have Republicans on one side. Hey TJ, sorry to hear internet issues still, and no water.
Hey, James,
did you really get that mad and bust a water pipe too?
If I was her, I'd pop you for that
one. Lights are flickering too. Jeez.
Are y'all getting a bad storm?
Probably.
But I just read, right before I come up here, Russia has claimed they done took out 3 of our Humvees over there.
Oh,
with missiles.
That's not ours. It's ones we gave them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our Humvees. Yeah.
So our people wasn't in.
That's the news clickbait thing.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's our stuff, but we gave it to them.
Yeah. That's the good stuff, made in the USA. And you see who's using it, China and Russia.
Yeah. It's storming. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you get through the storms good.
High rise, triple deuce. Hello there. Now, they are hoping that somebody high up don't make it through what they got. He's claimed that he's had cancer, and then he ended up with a virus, and now he's got it again. And from what I've understood, they really hoping he don't make it. Bushcraft, you leave me up here by myself.
No, I wouldn't do such a thing. But
hello, Skip Kicker.
You remember? Well, I did a video about, because it was irritating me that about the news and other channels posting about, oh, Russia's sending out their whole Navy fleet and this and that. And that's the, you have to pay attention to, because it's all clickbait. And then once you read about it, you find out it was only 2 ships, and they were protecting Ukraine grain shipments, or the ships. So because Ukraine themselves is taking out their own stuff and blaming it on Russia.
Yeah, and from what I've understood, Russia is recording everything that they do.
Yeah, well, the major battles.
Okay.
They hook their drones up, and well, they're recording it, but they're releasing it to certain media.
Individuals.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way they say, hey, look, we're not doing this, and we're not targeting hospitals and orphanages and everything else. And that, because that's what they want. Everybody wants Russia to be the bad guy. I mean, they're not clean or anything like that. They're just as corrupt as the rest of them. But
good evening, Blue Dress. My advice, and not advice. I am getting old. My opinion, and only my opinion, is this. I don't think Russia really started. I believe Russia
they did. Well, let's put it this way.
Ukraine's got a lot behind it we've not heard.
Yeah. There's the whole. You remember that when Germany had evil people back in the day, they went to Ukraine. The bad people. We can't say it up here, but that's one part of it. But we were building bases, us, United States, on the border closest to Russia. We would do the same thing. We did the same thing when Russia came down to Cuba and did that stuff. We did the exact same thing. Many won't remember that, but that's in the 60s when everybody started building bunkers and all that down because of threat from nuclear stuff and whatnot. But I mean, it's only obvious. Somebody starts building bases and stuff next to your border. You have to do something.
Yeah, I mean, you go on high alert. You know, like that. And you get in there quick to figure out what's going on. It's like a Mexican standoff, what it comes down to. Yeah. It just comes down to who's going to mash the button first. And look at the money from us that we have, and that doesn't count for all the weapons and stuff. Look at the money that we have gave that country. Now multiply that by all the people in the UN stuff. Right. Gave them money, and it's ridiculous. It's not just, like you said, it's not just us giving them money. It is other countries. So if we give them, let's say, like 20 billion with a B, you can just about bet you other countries is on up our, but we give them. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Bigfoot. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. You know, I'm a little bit shocked and appalled at this conversation because I can't believe you guys don't trust what the media is telling us.
It's a good thing you were a preacher after you got through saying that.
I mean, the only way you know if they're lying is if their mouth's moving.
Exactly. Just like a teenager, right?
I got to be careful.
Oh, well, that's what Judge Judy says. But I mean, now Autumn Network, I cannot remember her whole channel. She has also said something that I've been thinking. Hello, Miss Anna. It's definitely going to get worse. And we've talked about it. I think all creators has talked about it. That this year, everybody is starting to see what our government is doing. But you wait till next year. If you think next year is going to be bad, the one after that, and it's going to keep going. Our country is fixing to go to a third world country. Hello, Mr. Preppin.
Hey, 101.
Yeah, I kind of hate. Well, I do hate to say this, but
Illusion Prepper.
I don't think if 45 won, he would have been voted out. Or not voted out, but impeached probably for the 18th time or whatever it would have been.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of good in a weird sense that Potato won, or he didn't really win.
We know what you mean.
But I think it's opened a lot of eyes, and a lot of eyes are just, you need to hit them over the head with a log or something to wake them up.
That's what 45 did, is he opened up everybody's eyes.
Yeah, well, now they're getting hit with a bag of potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it alone with that.
Now, there's a lot of talk that we may have a new president here lately. A lot of people don't think Potato Head's going to make it.
Is that possible?
Oh, anything
I thought it had to be voted in order to become president. Now, am I wrong on that?
No. Remember, this has happened before, but it was a little different. The president resigned, and then, well, let's put it this way: the vice president at that time quit or something in that nature, or resigned, and then Nixon got Ford to be the vice president, and then Nixon resigned, and then Ford became president, and then Ford pardoned Nixon. It's kind of weird.
Truthfully, that was my time, but I vaguely remember because I wasn't into politics back then.
Yeah. And there's something that I posted, I think it was last night or this morning or something, about them, the Democrats getting a new president and a new vice president without ever having to one vote.
Seems like I vaguely remember something.
Basically, they're going to go talk to Camillo lady and get her to quit. They're going to give her a lot of money to go run something, and then
her mouth.
one of the bad governors. I won't mention names, but will become vice president, and then something happens to Potato Head, being he resigns or whatnot. Then he would become president, and there would be nobody voting on this.
Talk like it was brought up within the last 2 weeks, so wasn't it?
That's the video I posted earlier today on our group chat thing.
Boss man, I've been sitting here. I've been watching TV the whole day. I did not want to get into politics.
Oh, it's an interesting thing.
I'm gonna have to go look at it.
Yeah.
And I did post something up on our group chat. It was about DG.
And I would like to post something like that on here, but I would get in trouble.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, technically, I can't post anything that doesn't belong to me.
Well, if they post it for the world to see, why can't you post it? Same. Okay.
It's YouTube.
Yeah, I'll stop right there. Bigfoot, did you have anything to add to this?
I wanted to talk about something, but it's not about this.
Oh, go ahead. It's an open thingy today.
It still pertains to your channel, though.
Okay.
That was a very, very cool. I think you put on your community tab about Mars.
Yeah.
That was a cool question, and maybe you can explain about it. If you guys haven't looked at this, you need to go to Bushcraft's community tab, and he's got a question on there that makes you really think about it for a second.
Yeah. It basically 2045 we first land on Mars, the first human on Mars, and they find a cave, and in this cave they find a human remains, and on the cave wall is 4 words, and I just put, what would the 4 words be? And there's some good replies on the tab there.
Yeah, there are. You guys can throw them there in the chat. 4 words. What 4 words would?
Yeah, you're seeing a human remains already there, but you're the first human to land on that planet, so you think.
Don't be lied to.
There's a lot. There's one of the main things is that everybody says don't trust the government, and pretty much saying that.
Yeah, I think I put Earth wasn't so bad.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people think that Mars was like Earth, and they ruined it.
That's a thought that stuck in my mind for years. They transported quite a few of us here to Earth, and that's how Earth became Earth now.
Well,
look, that's in my mind. Okay.
That's the science's version. And we all know what.
Yeah.
Basically, science tries to undo what the Bible says.
But how many times has scientists been slapped in the face in reality, or the past come back and said, "You wrong, dude"?
Yeah.
Yeah, the more they dig, the more they kind of support the cause.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it wasn't too long ago they realized that the walls of Jericho were real. So scientists kept saying, no, that couldn't happen. And then kept digging and found out it did happen.
Yeah, just like they said that there was the flood. There was no big flood, and then they found out that they were wrong. Whoops, there was.
Yeah, there's a lot of evidence of that, and science and the Bible. I mean, people think I'm crazy because they've never heard this presented, but I believe in a young Earth. I don't think the Earth is millions and billions of years old, and I don't believe that. Because we start in creation in the book of Genesis, and then you have their ages, you have the timelines, you have. I don't think the Earth is millions of years old at all.
Well, they've what was it? That cloth where Jesus was laid to rest and whatnot.
The shroud of
whatever
it is. Yeah,
they've carbon dated that so many dang times that it's went back.
I don't even think carbon dating is off. I think I don't. I'm not a scientist, but I guess.
Bigfoot.
Go ahead, brother.
You are right. Sorry. You are right, because it has been said if they carbon date something, the older it is, the more off that the data is.
Yeah. The thing is with that, they have to have a proven fact. I mean, down to the millisecond proof of a starting area, and they can't.
Yeah. Well, then you have to come up with the concept of their concept of how the world was created.
Yeah.
Is that everything was created from nothing? It is lunacy.
Yeah.
But just think about that. It's easier for people to believe that.
Yeah.
I don't want to go off on a biblical tirade, but
there's a song that says that's one of the things that they try to do is they divide us by race and then divide us by religion and then try to take it completely out, and then they win, basically. Whatever steps it is, I forget what it was.
You got to give them credit. They've been doing a good job. I mean,
Oh yeah, especially the last 5. Well, should go back.
I don't know if it's you or if it's me, but you buffering really bad.
I think it's you, Jeff, again.
See, I haven't seen any buffering.
Rub your eyes really quick.
Okay. Then it's here because everything.
Hey, big country. Hey, we got vineyard chicks in here too. Now, let me see.
Take a guess. Which one is it?
KK.
What?
Tony from Our Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, I got a lot of good comments about my metal detecting.
I clicked on that. I saw it and I clicked on it. I was on my break today, Eric, but I didn't get a chance to watch all of it. I'm going to have to go back and watch it all.
Yeah, I got some. A park is probably one of the worst places because everything's compacted, and the I got a free shovel with this thing, and I just couldn't dig more than 4 or 5 inches down, and it's pretty good. I found a sliver of metal, which, I mean, it wasn't worth anything, but I mean, I was surprised it found that little piece of metal.
Yeah. So are you saying you needed to dig deeper?
Yeah. I do have bigger shovels, but I think if it wasn't so compacted, it would have been a little easier. And then one section I dug down and it was just all gravel, and
Yeah, that's probably why everybody goes to the beach with those things.
yeah, beach would have been a lot nicer, but I don't want to drive to a beach.
Yeah.
What year was that quarter?
Quarter.
Yeah.
2000 something. It wasn't that old or anything. It just a regular quarter, and it was like maybe that far under the ground. Somebody had stepped on it or something, pushed it down. But it was fun, and I when I got home, I brought up a video because the book is very hard to read, to understand, I should put it. And then I watched somebody how they set it up, and I'm like, oh, okay, that'll work.
Probably kind of like trying to set up a depth finder on a boat.
Yeah, with an upside down book. Because it goes from one page, and then you have to flip the book upside down and then turn the page to get to the next page, and it's not very very good, but it was fun. I don't think I'll go back to the whole park though, because everything's just compacted down. It was just too hard to dig.
Yeah.
So
I think my Wi-Fi is about ready to take a nap.
uh-oh. I was going to ask you about your cucamelons. Either he's ignoring me.
I got a couple of them growing out there. No, I'm not ignoring you. My Wi-Fi is in and out.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know if he's ignoring me or his Wi-Fi is going. But yeah, I thought when you brought that cucumber in, I was like, oh, that's a weird shaped cucumber. And then after he split it, then he picked it up and turned it, and I seen those watermelon stripes. And no wonder there's no seeds in it.
Yeah, I could have had 3 watermelons. I still got one in the refrigerator.
You're lucky TH2 is not in chat right now. So I figured there would be
Yep.
other people popping here.
Well, TJ's internet's still out, so she has no Wi-Fi, and she said her water's out too. So I don't know if she got mad at her internet and kept digging and took out her water pipes, and then her lights are flickering because there's a storm. She's not having the best of luck there.
You keep it up, she's gonna make a trip up there.
Good thing she's a prepper, right?
Yeah.
You can't prep Wi-Fi though.
Yeah, a little hard to do that. But Jeff needs to go over there and fix her internet for her, though.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I got to fix mine first.
Well, there's a lot of people having issues with their internet now, though. Nate was saying it earlier that last couple of days his internet was having issues. And I think it is because
What state does he live in?
Got to be the West Coast.
I'm not sure. I
'Cause
think so. I think it
Yeah, he's on West Coast somewhere.
maybe New Mexico or somewhere out west.
Yeah. Yeah, he's always he's usually the first one to get my screens.
It was Jeff. Jeff was doing. Jeff was. It was
No,
Jeff
no,
talking
no,
about it.
no. Hit rewind. Hit rewind. I was
Hey,
taking up for
what is she up to now? How's it going? Good to see you.
Howdy. I'm getting a little bit nervous because there's
my
this.
internet keeps up and it's going to go back to just 2
There's a certain fairy lady that's awfully quiet in the other room. I don't know what she's scheming.
Uh-oh. Yeah, when they're quiet, you got to be on your toes.
Mm-hmm. So tomorrow we finish up our put the 2 gates on our fence, and then we can have our dogs secure.
That's good.
It's more to keep the other dogs out.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably more the other way around.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask about our dog, and if you didn't know, our dog got into a pretty ferocious fight, and a German Shepherd had her basically her whole entire head inside of her mouth, and our dog got away and then latched on to the Shepherd's side and just didn't let go until they were broken up.
Yeah.
It was a pretty rough fight, but Danny's tough. She's healing up good. She's still got some battle scars and her eyes still pretty
She's
red.
getting better every day. Hey, what's up, my dudes?
Yeah, I seen her waiting for you in her spot.
Yeah. Yep. So Jeff dropped down?
He said well, never mind. Yeah, he said he's having internet issues.
Sometimes this sound doesn't go out.
Yeah. But yeah, again, if you guys haven't, maybe one of your awesome moderators can drop that link to Bushcraft's community tab where he put that Mars question. That was really clever.
Well, it was meant for something else, but I thought, ooh, wait a minute, this sounds better.
Yeah.
And I rearranged it a little bit to be on Mars instead. And I'm surprised that so many replied on it.
Yeah, I got in pretty early. I saw it was starting to take off a little bit. See, we got Lisa Anderson in here.
See, I don't know how to post.
Yeah, I seen yep, Sniffers in here too. Back on the docks. That's good.
I can't share a community post.
Oh. Don't know.
Yeah, I remember when the first time my son went on deployment, he was real into Pokemon Go too, because we used to play all the time when he was here. And I asked him, I said, you haven't opened any of your gifts? He says, we're not allowed to. We can't have anything that has GPS. GPS has to be turned off on our phones, and which I understand why now. But that's something to think about, though. It's weird that there's people out there looking.
Yeah, exactly. And you
our soldiers.
Now think about something as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have everybody with these smartphones, and they're playing a game where they're walking around with the camera, right? You're seeing your surroundings, and it's like they map out. They could map out all the roads. I mean,
Take pictures of
they know where all the important monuments are because they got one of those stupid Pokestops right there.
Really?
Yep.
You can scan it with your phone.
Yeah, you can scan it. It's like, okay, wiretap. Where are we going next?
We made jokes about that for hours.
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be in the 50s. You wouldn't even stay on the phone very long because you were afraid of the Russians tapping your phone.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like wiretap. Well, what's a good suggestion for dinner?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even have to have Facebook open, and I need to go to the store and get so and so, and then you open Facebook and you see ads for it. Wonder why they were thinking the same thing I was. Wow, they're good.
Every time. Wow, we have so much in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I don't know. It's part of that. I think everybody, one way or another, I think everybody's seeing how this. I'm just going to call it a system. This system is all coming together, and I think everybody feels like the stage is being set for something big. And whatever you see that as, everybody just kind of feels it. And whether that's a biblical thing for you or not, it's still something is built. It's a crescendo that's happening right now. It's, in the Bible, it talks about the birth pains and how they'll get closer and closer together. But it's, even if you don't look at it that way, it's still, events are escalating. It's Sniffer, I don't know. Don't know. Is that Greek?
Yeah, there's something about that. Now, TJ says she's seen that already. Now, I'm getting a lot of people telling me that you don't boil your lids anymore, because if you boil your lids, they don't last as long. So that's got me kind of worried, because I don't know, because usually you boil your lids, or not boil, but in boiling water, dip them in there, and then put them on your jars. Now that's got me wondering about the lids now, because there's a lot of people saying all you do is clean them, soap and water.
That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. And yeah. It's like you open up one of the old school books, and don't go online. Go on an old school, get an old school canning book, and you show me anywhere in there where they eliminated that step.
Yeah, and evidently it's not on the packs of lids now that you have to boil the lids. It says nowhere on there, so I'm kind of confused on that. And
I mean, I wouldn't think that the jar hasn't necessarily changed. It has to be something different with the lid.
Yeah.
So what's different? Just different alloy of metal?
Yeah, and I've got a case. It's only got 3 jars in it left, but it doesn't have an expiration date on it like those ones do. I mean, it might be stamped on there somewhere, but it doesn't have that bar across that says up to 18 months. And that's why I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember that being on there. And that's why I posted that picture. And a lot of people said that they've seen that already. So I don't know. But yeah, that's something, because I was going to ask TJ that, and that reminded me about that, because I'll be doing some canning here, and I don't know if I guess maybe leave one out and then mark it, do it like a test, and then see if that pops up, I'll just put it in the refrigerator.
Yeah,
That's something you have to watch.
I don't know if I feel like I'm getting an echo. Am I echoing some?
No, you're good.
Okay. I don't know. When I can stuff, I'm usually canning it for the next year or for the winter. I don't know that I try to shoot for anything longer than that. Is it 18 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But there are people who store things longer than that. So
Yeah.
it's huge, especially for the prepping people who do a lot of canning. It's a big issue.
Yeah. And then I mean, I don't know if they have like a 1-800 number or something to call them up and ask them. And are they going to really tell you?
Yeah. Someone told me my balls are going to wear out. Canning jars, fellas.
Uh-oh. There's 10.
Hey, 10.
Oh, we were talking about the military not allowing soldiers to play Pokemon Go when they're deployed.
Makes sense now.
Yeah. It's just not that, too. Like Snapchat, they couldn't use Snapchat anymore. The only way, well, there were certain ways I had to message him. I'm not going to say what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, right.
Anybody, family members and stuff, they know how. Because your regular messaging and stuff, like regular text message, is very expensive when they're overseas in certain places. Because they said it was like every text was like $3-4.
Wow.
Yeah. And I said, well, we can't do that. You'll be broke by the time you get back here. Oh, there's TJ. TJ, there's a lot of talk right now about the new lids that you don't boil them. You just rinse them off, or you wash them and rinse them off and use them that way.
What do you do with them?
The same thing.
I knew she was going to say something about it.
No, it's the same thing. You,
I say the same thing.
yeah,
Wash.
you and your brothers and your sisters, they all say it. Actually, you say wash now.
Yeah, because you made fun of me enough.
And you also vacuum the floors now.
Yeah, well, I'm not giving up on my worser. That's
Worser and pop and
keeping
gooder.
it.
Yeah. All right, I'll be back.
What's
Bushcraft.
wrong with vacuuming the floor?
Well, I called it a sweeper.
Yeah. Whoops.
That's an Ohio thing.
Yeah.
Sweeper. And would you agree that soda is like the most ridiculous word you've ever heard in your life? It's pop.
Well, yeah. Well, I got in the habit of calling it soda pop. That way, everybody's happy.
TJ wants a link. Actually, TJ wants a lonk.
Text a link. That's going to be interesting.
Can you text?
I sent the link to you. Well, it's in your email, TJ.
Yeah, but
I don't
she
know if you can.
on her phone. She wants somebody to text it to her.
Oh, can you text it to her, Lake?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look over Bigfoot's shoulder to grab it.
Okay, because I sent you the link too.
Oh yeah, duh. I can do it that way.
I still don't have Tin's email. I thought I had her email because I looked for her email because I was sending her one too.
Okay.
It's Coke.
Shireen says it's pop. Yeah, it's pop.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really bad for you, Shadow Dancer. It's not good for you.
Oh,
I like pop.
I didn't even hear him pop in.
Yeah, man, it gets cold back here. What you got temperature on?
You should be used to it. Let me see
Yeah.
10 wants to link too. I think you got email to you, 10.
I'm good.
No, I don't have her email, unless it's something other than 10.
It is, but
Okay. That's probably why I can never find it.
you
If I
want
start buffering again, I'm just gonna hop down.
Oh, you're good.
Right now,
Well, I find it kind of funny that when we talk about his cucamelons, his internet starts messing up.
well, quit talking about them. They jealous. I think there's a war going on out there between them two.
It's TJ.
Hey,
Hello, Miss
TJ.
TJ.
myself?
Gosh, I can barely hear y'all.
Did you hear Jeff talking about you earlier?
Oh hell no! Don't even play that.
And first of all, before anything, it's not pop, it's not soda. Everything is Coke. Okay, everything.
No, it ain't. It's Pepsi.
A lot of people up here call everything Coke. It's weird. The more north you go, everyone calls it Coke.
It's a
That's what a
South-
lot of people down here do.
Well, a lot of people up north here came from down south. Which why? Why would they do?
About the
North
lids
one,
and the
you get
canning
it.
jars and all that stuff. It's been 18 months for a while. Before that, it was only 12 months.
Oh, really?
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Because I have an older one that was, it's probably 4 years old. I still have like 3 jars left in the case, and it doesn't have an expiration on it, like that big orange bar across there. It might be stamped somewhere else, but oh, there we go. But,
Maybe.
like I said, I didn't. That's what freaked me out. I said, "Oh, what's this? Are they trying to pull something over on us?"
And as far as only washing them, no. Dip them in that hot boiling water.
Yeah,
Get them nice and heated up so that seal. That's what you're doing when you do that. They come sterilized already. Okay, supposedly.
yeah,
When you put them in that hot water, all it does is just relax that wax so it can make a better seal. So when people tell you not to do that, don't listen.
yeah. That's what got. I was like, "Oh no, really?" and they said that
Here we go again.
when you put it in boiling water, it ruins the seal. And I'm like, why all of a sudden does it do this?
Yeah, maybe if you boil it and boil it and boil it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you're not supposed to do that.
It just get the water to boiling and then put your lids in there.
Yeah, boil your water, turn it off, and let your lid sit there in the steam, in the steamy
Yeah.
water. It doesn't have to be for a long time either. And when people tell you not to sterilize your jars, do not listen to that either.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I'm lazy. I put them in the dishwasher.
I still boil the heck out of them
Yeah, I boil water. Yeah.
Mhm.
because if there's like stuck on food from before in those jars,
Oh yeah, that I would. do.
that'll help.
I get mine
Anyway.
right before it gets to boiling, and then I'll reach up and turn it
Yeah.
off. All right, here's the next.
Did they switch to a cheaper sealant because of the shortage the last couple years?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Sniffer, hello, sir.
Hey, Tin.
Hey guys, I'm here.
Oh, I can't hear 10 at all.
You
I
can't
can't
hear
hear
me?
Oh, there you go.
If when she goes on with her phone, she needs to hit the Google button. It'll give you like Safari or another choice. If you hit Google, the sound will be really good.
Do I sound bad?
No, you
No.
just really low.
You sound
TJ.
So should I yell or something? I'm in Seattle. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Oh, a little bit.
Oh, where'd she go? I wanted to tell TJ if she
Oh.
said
Did I scare her?
this is what comes up, and then you want to hit Google. That
Oh,
way,
for the StreamYard link.
Yeah, that way your sound's better. Okay, turn it back around.
I'm on your laptop.
Sorry about that. I was trying to find a place to adjust my volume.
Yeah, I'll be
Every time
lost
I
if I
hit-
had to use my phone.
Every time I hit Google, y'all disappear.
Yeah, Shadow Dancer says she mentions the pure lids, and I haven't had any success with them at all.
Oh, they were
Is that them glass things?
No, they look very similar to the ball, but I had so many of them that didn't seal.
Oh, okay.
yeah, we'll use them for dry canning. I'll never buy them again.
Yeah, they got those glass reusable ones, but I don't know. It sounds like a good idea, but I don't know about. The only thing I've ever had luck with was the
Can you hear me?
ball ones.
Yeah.
Shit.
TJ, TJ, when you sign in to StreamYard, does it give you a drop down menu?
You may have to text her later.
Or call her.
I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
Feeling better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get my my
Earbuds.
earbuds to work with StreamYard.
All
It
right.
works with everything else.
When you go into StreamYard, it gives you a drop down menu of like 3 or 4 choices. If mine works, like if I
Chrome or
hit
Google.
like Chrome, Google, or Safari or whatever it is, I hit the Google and I can hear y'all perfect. If I hit anything else, I can't hear you.
I'll be
It
glad when
sounds
my
like
internet's
a-
back up.
Oh, I bet.
Sounds like a commercial for Verizon here.
Hey, Huga Homestead.
Pronounce that name again.
Huga.
She got to be German.
Hey, it's TH2. Yeah, Watt Life, we can hear you good.
I'm in my junky clothes. I thought I was going to be able to do some work outside, but nope.
Storming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our storm
I
a couple nights. I lost power for a few hours.
What you going to do next, TJ? Go out and dig up your electrical service?
I might.
Oh, Lord, no.
That was Wednesday night. You lost it.
Was it Wednesday?
Yeah.
I hit ours with post hole diggers about a week ago.
Yeah,
Our
well,
electrical service.
our water isn't working right now because they're doing work on the road, and it seems like once a week or once a month or once every 2 weeks they're
Again?
knocking the water out somehow, and it takes them forever to fix it.
Throw you a
Yeah.
submersible pump into that river.
I wish I could. We're saving that for SHTF because they ain't gonna tell us what we can do and not do during
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well,
Exactly.
that's where you dig a hole next to it, and then put the stump pump in the hole. That way, it cleans all the gunk out of the river for you.
Yeah, it'll clear it up.
What is that called? An Indian well or something like that?
I don't
Cherokee
know.
well or something like that, where you dig next to the water source. I
Yeah.
forget what it's called.
Corporal's Corner done it on his and Sunday. Showed how to do it and everything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Bushcraft, is this going to be your regular thing?
I don't know if it's going to be on Fridays or Saturdays because I kind of wanted to do something like what's gone on through the whole week, and
It's a good idea.
whatnot.
That's a really good idea.
because
And TJ, Why don't I know your internet's out right now, but why don't you do live streams anymore? I loved your live streams.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know. What kind of live streams?
Anything. You can talk about Bigfoot. You can talk about. I built a whole channel talking about Bigfoot.
I'll start going live again. It's just that you guys, to be honest, a lot of this stuff was getting to me.
Oh yeah.
It really felt good to go on vacation for 2 weeks and not have to worry about news or anything like that.
That's why you talk about Bigfoot.
Right?
That's where I was trying to stay away from everything on Saturday and Sunday, not do any videos or not get on any lives or whatever, because I didn't want to. That was like a cool down for the week.
It does stick to you, and it's hard to get rid of it once you kind of get soaked into it. That's like a sponge, and you got to try to just wring it out. Go soak up some good stuff.
It's not as bad as earlier, because I used to, when I got the negative part of YouTube, not YouTube itself, but the people who come with it.
Yeah.
After I just said I don't give a crap anymore what they say, then it's gotten a lot easier.
I've been having a lot of people come on my channel and calling me Karen.
Block them.
Kiss your Karen ass.
Hey, listen, TJ.
Her name is TJ.
Yeah, you are TJ freaking Preps.
Queen of
Who
Preppers.
cares?
Queen of Preppers.
How can you delete a comment in your comment section?
Oh, that's easy. You just
Yeah,
hit those little 3 buttons
Yeah.
or the little three
Three dots.
things out to the side.
Well, now, when I go into YouTube, to check all my stuff or whatever, there is one in there who is a troll. He keeps dropping some bad comments in there.
Block him.
I don't have
Oh.
3 dots.
You have it to where you don't like if a bad comment comes, you have to okay it before it goes public.
Okay.
So
That doesn't work all the time though.
oh yeah.
Bushcraft, the best thing to do to show him how to block somebody is do a little short video on it, showing it.
He'll end up blocking me though. Yeah, I was because we're talking about
Here
because
we go.
Bigfoot was going to go on at 8:00, and he said his at 6:00, and I said, well, you can just edit it. And I said, oh, never mind. I was gonna, because he'd end up making it for next week or something.
No,
By the way, I've got
He
poison
got
ivy
really
too.
good about it though.
you got poison ivy.
Again,
TJ, no offense, but you're a wreck right now.
I am. I'm a complete wreck. I come
Well, I
back
guess
to
you
all this
can't see it.
crap.
You know what though? It clears the line real good. Because I was in line and some people were looking at me, and I went, and they moved real quick, and I got to the front of the line, and I'm like, oh, that works out pretty good because I had poison ivy all over my arms.
Should have been carrying some bananas.
Oh, I would.
Heck no.
I have
like
to
it more than I heard.
they've been making me sick, and I think it has to do with the pills they gave me. I don't know if it's too much potassium or what, but
I'll be right back.
Okay. Now, I like that one I heard. It was a guy who went in a grocery store. He had about 6 youngins with him. He was walking around. The youngins was all over the place, and this one woman asked him, all them your youngins? He said, no, he works for the condom company, and all these are failures, and he's taking them back.
Oh boy. Hey, can I promote someone's channel real quick?
oh yeah.
They just dropped the link, but CJ 1975. If you guys are not subscribed to CJ, Someone very nice will drop CJ's link
I
there.
already did.
I know, but do it again.
Okay.
Please, as a favor, go subscribe. CJ's been around all of us for a long time, and she's a good friend. So
Good
go show
supporter, too.
CJ some love and some support.
Yeah.
Y'all listen to this. I went down to the courthouse this morning to see if I can find out if there was a code for the buried lines in the yard. You know, because usually they have to bury them a certain depth, right?
Not
Right.
Kate.
Well, that's what I was trying to find out. You know what they told me down there first? The first thing she said, 511. I said, what is 511?
Call
She
before
said,
you
that's who
leave.
you call to
Yeah.
find out where lines are. I said, in my yard?
Yep.
Yeah.
Utilities.
Here.
I said, my question is not if there's a number to call. I said, I want to find out how deep it's supposed to be. Because I was reading online that most places is 12 inches at least. Okay.
Yeah, below the cross line.
She told me to go online. I said, I don't have any internet.
Does no one talk to anyone anymore? I mean,
The
she-
courthouse where the codes, you know, they do the whole thing like that, could not tell me.
Something because I had the sheriff come over here because I got reported about my grass being too high and cars in the yard. Well, one of the cars is my son's and he's deployed, so I can't do nothing with it. But they drawn up papers and everything, but the papers were edited, and it's not the code, the actual county code. I went up and looked at the county code, totally different from what they printed out. So you have to be very careful because they'll try to trick you.
Yeah.
And like he tried to tell me the cars in the yard had to be registered. They had to have tags on them and everything. And I said, I don't think that's right. And he said, yeah. And he put it on there and everything. I went down and looked, and it has to run, and you have to at least move it 6 inches under its own power, and it's fine. And they told me I had to have it registered and everything else. And then my time was up, and I called them up and I said, you guys come down there to take a look at it. That way I can show you the car moves and everything. And he says, oh, you're fine. And I'm like, all this trouble. And the thing is, I was already working on the yard because I had, when it came down, I had piles of leaves and grass and whatever. And I had already been working on it. And I said, well, I'm already doing this. And he said, well, you have 7 days, which was a lie. I had 15 days.
You should have told him your goats were sick.
Yeah.
I like what Han Solo just posted.
Well, y'all
Hey,
know
you
I've been
fixed
doing
it?
all the work in my front beds.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still not finished with it because hence, you know, I cut a freaking line. They gave us a fine for weeds.
Oh my.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
What?
Deal with it. We could let our grass grow up to
TJ,
be
when
a field.
you sell that place, I'm telling you, I would do like the biggest burnout down. I would burn out in your front yard all the way out onto the driveway road.
Right?
The
I'm
video.
telling you.
I am getting
Damn,
a
that
video.
would be sick.
Are you freaking kidding me right now?
So they're walking that
Okay,
dog.
well, this is date and time.
right
She
in
is
our
not
front
in
yard.
quarantine. It's just a few days after, and there's
Oh.
Ellen.
I thought your yard
DJ.
was fenced in now.
No.
Take pictures. Take
Sorry,
pictures.
I had to get that. He's actually walking that dog. Sorry.
I put me some absolutely no trespassing signs out and then put under it that goes for humans and dogs.
Ooh,
No,
it's squirrels.
we
No.
have a quarantine
Our
letter,
dogs, we're not allowed to take our dog out of our yard. We got a letter.
and she's not
And-
supposed to either.
They're not supposed to either.
Yeah.
I just took a video of him and his friend walking Bella down the road.
Is it time stamped?
Yes, it is. Every video and picture you take now is.
There you go.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Oh well. Hey, don't fight with your neighbors if you can avoid it any chance.
Oh,
Live
I'm
peacefully.
trespassing signs actually tomorrow.
I just did that just in case. I ain't doing nothing with it unless they want to do something.
Yeah, we try to love our neighbors. It's not a good situation to get into that.
I've had for probably about 15 years now. They've been reporting me for every little thing because my kids were in football, and football players, they all got to lift weights and whatnot. And I've got a weight room kind of in the garage, and I've got a stereo out there, so they play their music while they lift weights. And he kept coming down here, and he called the sheriff and said we're playing loud music. Sheriff came down here and said it was fine, and it's escalated since then. One time he said he was going to beat the crap out of my kids, and a good thing I wasn't the way I used to be, because he would have been bad off. But I said I was going to let my kids handle it, and I said you need to leave, and I closed the door, and then after that I get reported about every little thing. My trash cans are 6 inches, because they have to be so far from the back in the garage or in the back alley. They can't be 6 inches. They have to be further than 6 inches. And
are you kidding me? You have that many requirements?
Oh yeah. It's because some people put their it's the little rolling trash cans, and if they're sitting in the alleyway, people hit them when they go down the road, which I never put mine out there. And it used to be, before we had those, you couldn't put your trash cans out until 12 hours before trash day.
Mm-hmm.
We would get reported if we didn't have our trash cans.
Can I ask you something? Do these people know that you have a YouTube channel? That's probably who's recording you.
I don't know.
They probably will now.
Oh, well, there's a couple around here that know I do, but because I've been to like Walmart, and somebody came up to me and said, aren't you Bushcraft family? And I said, yeah. Oh, I watch you all the time. I didn't know you were the one that is in Coshocton. And I said, yeah. And, but it's really cool. Weird. It's really weird.
TJ, you had that happen a few times, right?
Yeah. Also, our local Waffle House, one of my subscribers works at.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lakes had that happen when she went to go pick up some supplies one time. She's like,
oh, wow.
I know you, Lake Fairy.
And it almost kind of,
it's unnerving.
Kind of paranoid a little bit when you're driving home. You're like looking to mirrors and driving around a few blocks to see if somebody's following you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had that happen to me at the post office, because not thinking, I said, well, I go check my mail on Mondays, and I went there one time, and there was somebody sitting there waiting on me, and because I seen him like follow me in, and then I opened my mailbox, and they were just being weird, and I got my mail out, closed it up, and they followed me. So I went around a couple blocks. They still followed me, so I went right into the police station or the sheriff department.
Smart.
And they left from there. But ever since then, I watch, make sure somebody's not following me.
What happened
Okay,
to you, Jen?
so last night I had to go into right in Seattle. Had to go to Saudi Arabia Walmart, okay? Because there wasn't food here. Yeah, I don't know what my brother and sister are doing. So I cruised down in my Mercedes, and it's got the light up emblem in the front, right? I'm looking like a baller going in there. Yeah, okay. I'm the only person that's really, really pale. And I had a lot of groceries, like a couple $100 worth. You guys wouldn't believe how I had my hand on my side, and I was clicking that button on the Mercedes to pop the trunk, and I was holding my side, and looking around. I was so paranoid last night because I had almost $300 worth of groceries. It was dark.
So you had what, 2.5 bags?
And I made sure I had my little friend. And I normally don't bring my little friend over here, but lately I'm getting so scared. But yeah, when you got that much groceries and it's dark out and you're in a Mercedes, they think they can hit you when you're just a little person.
I carry my little friend down below, and I carry his big brother up about halfway.
I just had the one thing, and I was thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? I mean, I'm only 115 pounds, you guys. Literally, I'd be such a target. Female, in her 50s, by herself. You know what I mean? Tons of groceries.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just rob the groceries. I never thought that would be a
I
thing.
did it again.
Now, if somebody came out with a TV or something, yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Lost TJ.
Did I scare her away because I was scared? I was yelling again. Sorry.
It was your little friend.
I've never been so scared. And I grew up, in this area many, many moons ago. Obviously, I live in Eastern Washington, and it's more rural. And I don't worry so much out there because I've got more gun-toting redneck type of people in Eastern Washington versus over here. But yeah, it was scary. It was dark, and I just why didn't I drive my dad's old pickup or something? I made myself look like an open target, and I realized that just by what I was driving too.
That's some good suggestions about as far as driving and a truck like that, or somebody made a good comment, Tater Trout there, about not going out alone anymore. Just kind of take a friend, take a family member.
Yeah.
If you can. It's not always possible, but
I fixed my volume.
And Sniffer, my husband's working. He's on the other side. He's back at home. So there's nobody to go with me, and I had to go get, meals. But now I'm parked until Sunday, and then I'll go home. But that was
Okay.
scary.
So since after this morning, I had to go to Home Depot, and it took me like 3 trips back and forth across that store to find everything I was looking for. And I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack. Okay. It was that bad. And when I got home and started really thinking about it, I was like, I'm just going to start ordering everything, and they're going to have to bring it out to my vehicle. The heck with this. I'm not doing it anymore. So if I go to Walmart, they're going to have to bring it out to me.
But what if they bring you like really brown bananas and you wanted to see the green ones? So I'm really picky about my fruits and vegetables and my bread and my eggs.
I don't buy stuff like that at Walmart. I go to Publix.
Yeah, Walmart produce is horrible.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like terrible.
Unless you're going to eat it that day.
Some of them peaches about like eating a fuzzy boulder.
Fuzzy boulder?
Yeah.
See, because I live in the farm area, when the pitted fruits and the cherries and peaches and nectarines and plums, all that stuff comes out, Walmart buys it locally, but then it gets sent all over to their other ones. You know what I mean? So our local fruit, it's really good when it's at Walmart. It's local. But then you guys get it weeks later. Yeah.
It's the stuff. We get a lot of stuff that comes from Mexico. like
Oh,
grapes and yeah, I just
there's nothing like a Washington apple picked off the tree. Ooh, there's some of the best varieties up here.
Those go overseas though.
Yeah,
Um,
a lot of
you'd be
them.
surprised, like the Macintoshes and stuff that we grow here. We don't get them. They go overseas, and we get the other ones made from other places.
We get the leftovers.
yeah, I don't
Well,
know where in the hell Walmart gets their peaches from, but they're bad.
Oh,
They're terrible.
they grow too close to the apple tree. They're mixed with an apple or something because they're. I mean, you crunch into it, it's like an apple.
Here, if you go to
One's
Publix
here.
and you get the tree ripe peaches, those are really good.
Yes.
So are their dark plums. They're good too.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't get anything up here in Ohio. Well, where I'm at, that is, it's they're bad.
Now you may look up and find a peach. When you bite into it, you're gonna need a shower before you finish it.
Yep.
a good
That's
one.
what's called a good peach.
All right, Bigfoot. I saw your message.
I think I'm going to transfer power over to this crazy lady.
What?
The crazy lady.
You can't share? Sharing is caring.
Oh, the other crazy lady.
The other one.
Other.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Jeff said it.
hey, Jeff, you're way too close to me.
You got the girls on the panel tonight.
I am,
All of
man.
us.
Okay, one of the two.
It's hard to get all three of us girls together anymore lately. Because
So guess what I did, y'all?
what'd you do?
I let my son take over payments on my car. I don't have a car.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Now how you gonna get around?
Huh?
How you gonna get around?
Well, right now I'll just use whatever vehicle I have to, but my husband is fixing to start shopping for a new truck. And I'm going to take his and have it fixed. And that's what I'm going to drive because I'm usually only local. So
Okay.
I only go up to the store or whatever.
how long
Put your
ago did you give
50
it to
cal
him?
up on top. Yeah, put a 50 cal up on top where you mash your button in case somebody wants to mess with you.
I missed the little white van.
So how long ago did you give it to him?
He's been driving it for almost a week now.
And he hasn't blown up the head gasket?
No, actually, he's the one that doesn't drive like that.
Oh,
No.
I wish I had a son like that. I gave him my Cascadia car. A month later, he blew the head gasket.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and you know how long I had that car, and I built it out. And
I blew a couple of head gaskets and replaced it within 2 days myself.
I'd like him to replace it, but he's not going to do it.
Did you ever take any good watermelons lately? No watermelons.
If you want a good watermelon, stay the hell away from Walmart.
Hey, why go to Walmart, Jeff? You got watermelon.
Don't go there. I got cumbermelons.
I heard about that.
Cookie melons.
That's funny. Oh my goodness.
Everybody messes up.
I mess up at least once a day.
So,
I think, if I'm not mistaken, not watermelon, but cucumber will do something with tomatoes as well.
yes, they will. That was my first mess up.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't you tell me about that before?
Yep.
Well,
And
we enjoyed you being up here, Bigfoot.
What did they do?
I don't know. Instead of saying
they
something.
crossbreeded.
Well, Jeff was complaining his cucumbers were tasting not so good, and they didn't have seeds. So he brought this big weird shaped cucumber in, and we only seen one side of it. And it was really white, and he cut it in half and he showed us the inside of it. And then when he went to turn it over, we seen watermelon stripes, and we said, "Yeah, that's a watermelon."
And that was them oblong watermelons too. They wasn't going to be the round ones.
Yeah, those are the good ones, though. The long ones.
Yeah.
I miss the seeds where you used to sit out on the porch and toom.
Yeah, we have
seeds out.
in our
You met other people. Ain't that right, Dick?
We used to sit on the porch and have watermelon seed fights.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You get as many of those watermelon seeds as you can and just pew, 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 pew.
And I still have watermelon, little sprouts growing out of my grass.
Oh.
That's
It's
funny.
either that or cucumbers, because I'll
Here
have to
we
show
go.
it in a video that I got coming up.
I got a watermelon now that's about the size of a baseball. Wife told me don't pick it. Quit looking for cucumbers.
Lord.
And I found something else out today too.
What?
You know, squirrels also like cantaloupe.
Oh yeah. And
I cut some up for the chickens next door. Before I got back home, a squirrel and I had one running across the yard. And when he stopped, he flipped. The cantaloupe was about as big as he was.
He needs his daily dose of vitamin C.
yeah, I used to do that with watermelon too, and you put duct tape over the hole and let it sit in the refrigerator for a couple days.
Plug it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Tastes good.
that was
too.
a long time ago though.
That's where the watermelon crawl come in.
Yep.
Oh, I bet.
Nice.
Yeah, I had tomatoes growing out of my compost bin this year.
Well, it sounds like to me she's got some darn good fertilizer.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
got to try that.
the pigs you feed all the leftovers and all that stuff.
Yeah. In my house, they would starve to death.
You eat all the leftovers, Jeff.
We don't cook that much during the summertime.
Oh.
It's mainly like a sandwich here and there.
Oh, Tin, guess what I had for supper tonight?
What?
This is in
Mud
gravy.
soup.
Oh, Jelly Bean's favorite.
Lord have mercy. What's your address? I'm on my way.
It's all gone.
I
It
was
didn't even
cooked
invite.
all day long. Did breakfast, lunch, and dinner for my dad, and he's home. You guys, we're doing hospice here, so he doesn't get affected by the oncoming, you know what? Because I got an evil governor.
There's a lot of states has got them. It must be
yeah.
a flu virus going around.
Well, he needed to be pulled because I wasn't willing to go through that. So he got a really good mashed potato dinner, salad, roll, apple slices. Took pictures. Document. I feel like I'm going nuts here, you guys. So.
Oh, well, my little document tonight isn't going to go anywhere unless they want to do something. That's the way I look at it.
Oh.
I mean, I know they're safe, but, a letter's a letter. Like, that's...
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
Green beans, yellow squash, peppers, all from the garden, mushrooms, and trout fillet. Oh, yummy.
Best trout I had was from upstate New York.
Really?
Yeah, that I caught. It's because you can throw it in and you can watch them actually
Yeah.
taking the bait.
In our little creeks and cricks that we have and little brooks, we have a lot of brook trout. And they, at certain times of the year, they're just flipping and flopping out in the air and everything else. You could almost reach out and grab them.
I have a cooking question.
And the same thing with salmon.
Okay, so I'm making, depression food here, and I don't make pork chops, okay? So what would be the best way to prepare a bunch of pork chops so I could serve them for a dinner and then freeze them in another meal for, you know what I mean? Because I'm actually doing the portion things for my brother, too, because he can't cook.
Right. So my mom used to take cream of mushroom soup and
Mm.
she would cook the pork chops in that. You could freeze them that way and somebody could just warm them up.
Yeah.
And then there's always the good old shake and bake. Like, are they pork chops with the bone?
No, they're the cutlet things or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I don't do pork chops usually. I don't do a lot of
Right.
pork.
Oh, there's always good old shake and bake, but that's what my mom used to
Yeah,
do.
shake and bake's good.
Cream of mushroom soup with the pork chops, and it's really good.
So how about if I shake and baked? Could I freeze that and then later have them reheat it up in cream of mushroom soup?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
without it, you don't have to use it.
So I don't want to overcook something, but I want to make sure it's cooked, like chicken and pork. Like I do everything fresh normally, okay? I live a little different lifestyle than my parents, and they really like depression food, and that's pork chops and chicken and potatoes and gravy. Lots of gravy.
A good pot of beans.
Oh, I did do ham and bean soup for lunch for them and a chicken sandwich. Yeah. And some fruit.
You
I'm
know,
not a nutritionist, you know what I mean? I've never really done this for patients. I used to go in and poke you and, draw your blood or, stuff like that, give you medicine and clean you up. But I wasn't a food preparer.
I'm going to send you a woman that I like. She does depression cooking. I'm not sure if she's still around anymore, but all of her videos are.
Well, and to have it frozen.
She died about a year ago, I think.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what?
The lady that does the depression cooking.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
This
passed
woman?
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
when I sent you her channel, she's amazing. She's fun.
There's a guy in Texas too that cooks out on like a chuck wagon type thing.
Kent
And,
Roberts.
Yeah, he has some good stuff too.
Kent
I'm just
Roberts
worried
is
about
his name.
freezing things and having them heated up and still be as tasty as they originally, you know what I mean?
Like leftovers.
Well,
Because
as
I
long,
hate frozen TV dinners, you know what I mean?
yeah, as long as it's not a bunch of preservative stuff, it's usually good to heat back up.
So I'm playing with this new thing I bought today. It's a sprayer.
Thanks for the tips, guys, too.
A backpack sprayer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Ride around on your lawnmower and spray everything.
I'm not sure about it though. The tank is huge.
Is it one of them pump up ones or is it battery operated?
You have to pump it, but you pump
Yeah.
it, at the handle.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how that works yet.
Yeah, you
Those
just screw
make
it
a
on
good
and then
quick
it just
shower too.
pump it up. I've got the small bottle thing, and that thing gets heavy after a while, carrying it around in your hand and
Yeah, it
spraying.
does.
Heat up water on the campfire and you pour it in there and you clean shower. That's what we use. But a clean one. You know, not that had no chemicals.
You put Clorox and salt in it, did it kill all the grass?
Vinegar does that. Well, above 5%.
Wait a minute. Did you just say vinegar kills grass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then that's how we got rid of our poison ivy out between our yard and the wood line. I used a jaundice, water, vinegar, and it just never came back the next
Yeah.
year.
Like if you're going to do a raised bed, you spray the grass down real good, and then you put cardboard over top of it, and then put the raised bed on top. And then you won't have grass come up through there. It kills it off good.
We just stuck a bunch of
I don't
pine in.
remember that.
Yeah, if you're doing the kind you have, what do they call it, ubiculture or something like that.
Hugo culture.
Yeah, that sounds better.
It's a
You put a
German.
bunch of sticks and
Who's close?
leaves and stuff in there first.
Stumps. We have stumps and logs. And, yeah.
If you
The
put
worms love that.
jalapeno peppers or something in it makes a good defense system.
Now, like last year, everybody says, "Oh, sprinkle cayenne pepper everywhere. You won't have no deers or anything."
No.
It didn't do a dang thing.
Then
No, it might have made him sneeze a couple times. That's about it.
Well, one night the deer chewed every single apple tree in our yard.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. The next day I hung a whole bar of ivory soap on barrel twine, on one bar on every tree, and they haven't touched it since.
What
until
type
they get
of
hungry,
soap
and then they'll
did you
eat
use?
they'll eat the soap.
No, they didn't eat the soap. They left the tree alone too. I mean, they ate the whole stick, like the branch coming out. They ate the whole branch.
I had to clean out a duplex one time, and there was mice really bad in the basement, and I went down and got a bunch of ivory soap and put it on the top of where they were running at. The next week I came back in, they ate all the soap.
Yeah, in 2 to 4 days, they fall to that soap in 2 to 4 days.
I was like, what is this?
Well, no, they eat it and then they go away. If you know, yeah.
They didn't go away though. They were still there.
Well, that's
No,
probably
they went away. They just brought their aunts and uncles back.
Oh Lord.
yeah.
We
They
need a
multiply.
pandemic cat.
Well, next Thursday, I may have a surprise for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Ripe melon.
Cucumbers?
No. I may have a watermelon with a cucumber in it.
Well, the storm is gone.
That's
Oh,
good.
that's good.
We had storms all day yesterday, off and on. They were crazy.
Yeah,
Welcome
you
to the
had
new
ours.
normal.
Yep, that's exactly where it came from.
So you see what my front beds look like, and I got fined for this.
What?
For what?
Apparently they think that my herbs are weeds. I don't know, but yeah, we got fined for having weeds in our beds.
Or is it your place that's so bad? Did you have to have labels on your plants?
No, but I have them on there just in case.
Yeah, there are some places that you have to label them so they know it's not a weed.
Darn. To begin with, I mean, I'm sorry, this is me. There's no way in hell I would voluntarily move into a place that had an HOA.
it sounds good at first when you move in, like, oh, they're going to protect and everything's going to be nice around here and this and that, and then
Protect her.
you
Yeah.
realize the bad part of it.
I actually caught them out here one day taking pictures of my house
Why?
because they're trying to find reasons to find me.
Well, they just come by here like 2 weeks ago taking pictures of everyone's houses over here, but that goes into our county and our town for tax reasons. And I was so mad the day after we started the fence, and I'm like, you know what? They just came by, so it's going to be tacked on to next year. Everything we do, you could rake your yard real nice and take down one tree, and they'll raise your taxes, or they'll assess the home higher.
Yeah. That's
we
what happened
put-
when we got ours painted.
Yeah.
It sounds like y'all need to move to the county.
No, we put shutters up and put stone in the driveway, and it went up like.
And Jeff, mine went up and I'm in the county.
Yours went up to what?
It went up. I don't want to say it was enough, but it had to do with the new paint job that we did.
Well, now, my daughter's landlord, they just renting. He pays $200 a month for HOA.
Ooh.
But
A month for HOA.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
That's way too much. That's got to be wrong.
It must be a park there.
they got a swimming pool, a park,
that's right.
apartments, and other stuff like that up in there. And I told them, hell, all they need to put in up there is a grocery store. But they got cameras up there in case somebody breaks in to a car. Hell, my son-in-law's car got stolen right out of his driveway a couple of months ago.
Dang.
And since then, they've been putting cameras up. HOA has, trying to catch people. Hello.
Uh-oh.
It's just one of those little tiny ones.
That's all right. It don't take many of them.
Jerry Lee, nothing against you or anything, but I just had to remove that one word because, YouTube is picky. Just to be on the safe side.
Very.
Yeah, that's
Ooh, 101 just went live, I think.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
he did.
there's a lot
Okay.
of no words. Oh, you know what we should do? We should all love Raid 101 real quick.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for.
Now, what's the code word?
No,
I
the
don't know.
pecking order.
No, Bushcraft Family Love Raid.
That must be our prime responsibility.
Huh.
Let me get it
Do
clean.
it, do it.
I think no, the pecking order.
And to do that, we must have strength.
There's his link. Make sure everybody goes over there and
This mission that's
says, hey.
I believe is a responsibility peculiar to our country.
Oops. I forgot to mute it.
Come on, there you
I
go.
was wondering where I was hearing the speak at. But thanks everybody for dropping in. Go over and show some love to Prepping 101. And I think I'll start doing this every week.
Yay.
Just a cool down from the week of the world. But thanks mods and thanks for members and everybody who showed up, and we'll see you over at 101s.